What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Thursday, December 20th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Chris Paul from the Houston Rockets playing the Miami Heat, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing fantasy point guards. Chris Paul has scored 43, 35, and 32 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 38.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. This is a back-to-back, but Chris Paul only played 28 minutes last night, so he should be fresh and good to go. Chris Paul is $8,200 DraftKings salary, $300 more on FanDuel, projected at 41.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. This is a 2-game slate, not a ton of players to pick here, so to me, you're either playing James Harden or Chris Paul. I like Chris Paul's chances to hit value here tonight versus the Miami Heat. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. And then you can see the top point production, who scored the most fantasy points in the last 3 games, minute monsters, see who played the most minutes in the last 3 games, and the recent performance, so you can see who's overperforming and maybe due to crash, and you can see who's underperforming and maybe due to smash. Okay, let's see who we have at the shooting guard position. I like Patrick Beverley for the LA Clippers playing the Dallas Mavericks, who have a pretty good defense, but they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Patrick Beverley has scored 36, 20, and 17 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 19 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 25 minutes per game with a 13% usage rate. Patrick Beverley is $4,300 DraftKings salary, projected at right around 18 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 22 for you to hit 5 times value. There's 222.5 implied points in this game. He's $4,300 DraftKings salary, $900 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. This is a home game, fast-paced game. Patrick Beverley coming off of a 36-point game last game. Let's see if he can do it again. So I also like JJ Barea and Wesley Matthews as 2 other shooting guards under 5K salary. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, moving on to the small forward position. I like Harrison Barnes from the Dallas Mavericks playing the LA Clippers, who have the 3rd worst defense overall and give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Harrison Barnes has scored 42, 23, and 22 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 28.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 32 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. Harrison Barnes is $6,000 DraftKings salary. He's $200 less on FanDuel. I love that FanDuel price. Projected at 29.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's right around 5 times value. I think Harrison Barnes goes overlooked here tonight because of the price. People don't want to pay up, but he's in a good spot. He's got a great matchup, and he's one of my favorite small forwards on the slate. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Montrezl Harrell from the LA Clippers playing the Dallas Mavericks. The matchup's not great, but Montrezl Harrell has scored 31, 34, and 13 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 30.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 25 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Montrezl Harrell is $5,800 DraftKings salary, He's 1,000 more on FanDuel. I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 33.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.7 times value. Home game, fast-paced game. Montrezl Harrell has a chance to crush value tonight, especially on DraftKings where he's only 5,800. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like DeAndre Jordan from the Dallas Mavericks playing the LA Clippers, who are the third worst defense overall, and they give up the fourth most fantasy points to opposing centers. DeAndre Jordan has scored 32, 47, and 33 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 34.6 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 15% usage rate. DeAndre Jordan is $7,400 DraftKings salary, $200 less on FanDuel. Love that FanDuel price. Projected at 35.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's almost 5 times value. He'll need about 37 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. This is a great matchup for DeAndre Jordan, who put up 54 fantasy points last time he played the Clippers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.